Alright, what is going on, guys? From your project back again, and in here for another video, and in here for my Raw thoughts and review for Raw last night. And I gotta say, Raw wasn't too bad last night. It was a good to decent show, and I think it was one to watch. So it wasn't that bad this week. Um, we kicked it off with a promo with Edge this time, and saying that he wanted a match against Wade Barrett, and he didn't, want to be really involved in John Cena's team and have anybody, come out and, be with him on his side. So he just wanted to take out Nexus on his own and be on his own. Then we have R-Truth come out and saying that, R-Truth didn't want Edge to, go out on his own like that, and saying that, um, that's exactly what Nexus wants, and, to everybody not to get along. So R-Truth wasn't really happy about that, but in the end, he just went on and let Edge do his thing and have his match with Edge. Of course, that match was made Edge versus Wade Barrett, as the result, as the mystery general manager making that match during the night, during that promo. And of course, the first match, which really wasn't a match, it was basically just a brawl between Edge and Wade Barrett, which lasted, quite some time. So it gave, a good amount of time, which I wish it would have ended properly. But we saw Edge trying to go for the spear in this one. A couple of moves on the outside with Edge and Wade Barrett. So they were doing pretty well. We saw a couple of submission moves here. We saw Wade Barrett going to try to go for his finisher like he did on Mark Henry. I'm not really too sure what that finisher that Wade Barrett has when he puts his opponents on top of his shoulders like that. I don't really remember what that move is called, but if you guys can, help me out on that, drop your comments down below and let me know what that move is. But that move didn't connect, and of course the Nexus group comes out with, basically trying to help Wade Barrett out. Edge, jumps the barricade and escapes before they can attack him. So, Edge trying to go out on his own and take out Nexus. That failed, so that was a no contest with that. And then as a result of that, Edge quits Team WWE. So it looks like Edge, trying to go out on his own still and quitting Team WWE and doesn't want nothing a part of John Cena's team. Also, the next match here, we got a Divas match, which is a 6 Diva tag team match between Alicia Fox, Jillian Hall, and Tamina versus Eve, Gail Kim, and Natalya Neidhart. And this is basically a quick, fast-paced, Divas match, basically typical Divas match. Excuse me. So nothing really too much happened here. We saw a nasty, shot by Gail Kim when she hit the ring post, which was pretty, she hit it pretty hard on that. We saw a couple of moves by Natalya Neidhart and Tamina. Of course, their rivalry still getting involved in this as well, which is pretty cool. But anyway, nothing really happened. Of course, Alicia Fox, her team, ended up getting the win with the scissors kick. And also, as a result to that, Alicia Fox cutting a promo that she can beat any diva, and there isn't a diva that was out there that can beat her. Of course, whether it was a fatal 4-way tag team match or what have you. And then we have a return. That's right, the return of Melina comes out and attacks Alicia Fox, and basically sending a message that she is back and she is ready to recapture her Divas Championship, which I believe will happen maybe at SummerSlam or something like that. I would expect a Melina versus Alicia Fox for the Divas title, and looks like Melina is set and ready to go. Looks like she hasn't really missed anything since being out of action, so it's good to see Melina back in action. At least the Divas division on Raw will get slightly better. I don't think it will get too much better, but it's good to have Melina back on Raw. So that was good with that part. Next thing we got here Loser leaves Team WWE with John Cena versus Chris Jericho. This was a pretty good match. Good back and forth match. We saw a lot of attempts by the Walls of Jericho from Chris Jericho. A lot of attempts by John Cena with the attitude adjustment. We saw that rare move that John Cena goes on the top turnbuckle. There's that kind of like scissors type of kick. Um, on to Chris Jericho. And this was a pretty good back and forth match. And of course, the loser of this match will have to lose. Will basically leave that team for WWE in the SummerSlam team. Yeah, John Cena ended up getting the win with the STF, and he barely, locked in the STF, and Chris Jericho right away tapping out. I didn't know what really happened with that. I guess Chris Jericho didn't want, of course, anything to do with John Cena's team. That's basically what he's been pointing out, so he just quickly tapped out before it was even locked in, so I thought that was pretty strange in that, but it's whatever. But Chris Jericho does lose this match and is now out of Team WWE. So now we got Chris Jericho and Edge out of that team, and it looks like they put the differences aside and they're gonna do a tag team match next week. Against John Cena, and I forget who his opponent was, but we do have Bret Hart, but we do have a tag team match. Chris Jericho and Edge versus John Cena and Bret Hart for next week, so that should be pretty good on that one. I'm not expecting it to be really that great of a match, but it should be pretty decent. Next match we got here, wasn't that really that good. The Great Khali versus Ted DiBiase with this one. And with this one, it wasn't that good of a match. Of course, when you have a match with the Great Khali, basically, him dominating and taking out, Ted DiBiase, and that's basically what happened in this match. And of course, the Great Khali beating Ted DiBiase. Nexus came out there and watching his match, and it looks like Nexus is trying to get the Great Khali to join the Nexus group, or just basically leave Team WWE. And we saw that throughout the night with most of the team members of Team WWE, the Nexus trying to get them out and trying them not to get along, as we saw that continue. Now then we have the main event, The Miz versus Randy Orton. Now this was a good match. I enjoyed this. The Miz doing actually pretty well. Excuse me, in his match against Randy Orton. And we didn't see a cash in this week, which was good. I didn't want it to, continue. So no cash in this week. So I'm not really too sure when The Miz is going to cash in, but The Miz doing pretty well in this match. But he did not win. Of course, Randy Orton still going out and winning his match, and basically is ready for a SummerSlam main event against Sheamus. So that was a good main event, I thought. So Randy Orton coming out on top against The Miz. And that pretty much has to end with the Raw thoughts and review. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and for those of you who watch Raw, let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. But anyway, that has to do with the video. And I will be back this week, try to get another Q&A episode in, so definitely stay tuned for that. And there's nothing else to say really, but that has to do with the video. And as always, I will talk to you guys later. Peace.